myself. My name is H to the OV. I used to move sketch by the OC. I guess even back then you could call me.
We're live, the home of the Miami Heat, American Airlines Arena in downtown Miami, Florida. And here it comes, the NBA on 2K Sports for myself, Kevin Harlan, and my broadcast partners, Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Welcome, everyone. So with Stoudemire sitting on the bench, here's who Mike Woodson's going with. Up front, it's Carmelo Anthony and Tyson Chandler. J.R. Smith out there with Felton. And it's Shumpert in at the 3 spot. And for Miami, Ray Allen and LeBron fill out the wings. Chris Bosh is out there with Lewis, and it's Wade in at the point guard position.
You know, for the better part of the history of the NBA, Kevin, the Knicks have been a fixture in the playoffs. And up until the last few years, they had missed out, but it looks like they're back now.
Now here's Allen. LeBron with it. Now Anthony defending. Allen, that's good.
You know, he got one step ahead of the defense on that one. Excellent job.
And the Knicks with possession here. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Kevin, I had a chance to talk with head coach Eric Spoelstra. He said that they will be focusing a lot of their defensive effort into slowing down Carmelo Anthony. I asked him for specifics, and he said, Melo is such a dynamic player, there really isn't any single thing we'll do that will be the answer. Instead, we're just going to throw everything we have at him and see how he handles it. Guys?
Thanks again, Doris. In that stretch where the Knicks are out of the postseason picture, 7 consecutive years, which matched their only other big drought in the 60s. But they're back, Steve. The roster's improved. They are back.
Yeah, but how far back are they, Kevin? I think that's the question. You know, they've been good enough. They've had a lot of talent in the last couple of years, but the pieces haven't quite fit together. So they're still trying to put it all together as one and trying to make that next step.
Felton the pass to Carmelo. New York moving it around. Chandler with the ball. Rashard Lewis covering. Back to Chandler. Up and in on the layup.
That's exactly what they had in mind on that possession.
The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Anthony against LeBron. Bosh, a screen on Anthony. LeBron kicks to Bosh. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. Bosh has got his first bucket in this one.
Well, he's one of their anchors at the offensive end, guys, because he can make plays like that all the time.
Felton off the pick from Anthony. Back to Felton. He dishes it to Chandler. Smith outside. The pass to Carmelo. Shot clock at 6. Here's Shumpert. New York needs to get off a shot. The offensive rebound goes back up. Felton. Here's Chandler. Goes to the reverse layup and pops it in.
It looked like he may have been showboating a little bit at the end of that one.
Wade kicks to Lewis. The Knicks pull it in. Anthony's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
Well, supreme confidence offensively for Carmelo Anthony. He's been one of the most deadly clutch shooters in the game over the last few seasons. Always ready to step up and score in pressure situations.
And Shumpert pulls it down.
The defense got away with one there. I mean, usually he'll hurt you if you give him that kind of a shot.
Felton kicks to Anthony. And stolen by LeBron. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Fires from 14. No luck. The Knicks go the other way with it.
And you know, you talk about that clutch scoring ability for Carmelo Anthony. It all comes back to, I think, his size, versatility, ball handling ability, and that quick trigger release on the jump shot. It's really difficult to keep him from getting the shot he wants.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. Udonis Haslem is checked in for the Heat. Here's LeBron. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Haslem, a screen on Anthony. LeBron dropped.
Hammer time! Did you see that?
Oh, we got to see that one again, guys. We've got to see that again.
I need a replay. I'm not sure what I just looked at.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
You know, the Heat knew it was all about the playoffs for them last year, Kevin, and ultimately they would be judged on if they were able to win a title or not. That's maybe harsh, but that truly is the reality for that group.
It is there, you're right. The Heat making a switch here. Lewis is checked in. Stoudemire's checked in for the Knicks. The Knicks with the lead. Looked like they cruised early, and once Derrick Rose got hurt and the Bulls were knocked out, they were the heavy favorites to reach the finals. But it was a struggle at times. You know, Indiana gave them a real good second round.
Yeah, and then Boston took them to 7 games in the Eastern Conference Finals, even had them down 3-2. But in the end, it was finally LeBron's turn, and he was amazing during the championship round against Oklahoma City. And it was very impressive the way he responded to his critics and played about as well as you can possibly play in an NBA Finals. Congratulations to Miami and to LeBron.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
You know, the Knicks were able to make it back to the postseason last year, but they ran into a buzzsaw when they met Miami in the first round. Woo.
There's 42 seconds left in the first quarter. Felton dishes to Stoudemire. Pass to Smith. Good luck. Drained for 2 points. You never got the feeling the Knicks had a chance, Steve, did you, against Miami, especially with the injuries that they were dealing with as that series went on?
Yeah, Miami was just a much stronger team, and they proved that by going on and winning the championship. But remember, they also had that bizarre accident with Amari and the fire extinguisher where he cut his hand, and that set the Knicks back in that series as well.
He spoke loud on making a statement that play.
Yeah, that was brute force, battling for the offensive board, then taking it right back up there.
That's just all about strength and energy, guys.
And that one's good.
You know, he's a rarity in the NBA, guys. A big man who can launch it from deep.
Outside, Felton. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. It's
13.
and the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Heat?
The defense was really impressive there, guys, in that first quarter. They came out focused right from the beginning.
And, Steve, that's a big part of why they're on top right now.
And so it's New York with it. It's a 3-point game. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. On the court for the Heat, Wade and Ray Allen comprise the backcourt. LeBron James is out there at Lewis, and it's Bosh in at the 5 spot.
You look at Jason Kidd at 6'4", really strong for a point guard. But at this stage in his career, he's best off guarding shooting guards because some of the smaller, quicker point guards have given him trouble the last couple seasons.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Guys, Dwayne Wade is the only guard in NBA history to average a block a game over his career. Of his shot blocking, he says, shot blocking is first about courage. I take a lot of pride in it. If I can talk about anything in my statistical game, it's my blocks. It's the one thing I look at. I always enjoy it because I'm not supposed to do it as much as I have over my career. Kevin, it's a real advantage defensively.
He's something else, Doris. Thanks.
A great two-way player, and at 6'4", amazing the way he can protect the rim.
Now, here's Lewis. He's got 5. It's stolen by Stoudemire. And now Mark pushing it up. No one back.
How about that basketball, man? Beautiful. Wow. That's another one for his highlight reel. Just one of many dunks we've seen him throw down like that.
But Clark, it never gets old, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Steve, huh? Something else?
No, not for me. I mean, I'm always ready to see more of those.
Special thanks to Sprite for that sweet replay.
Well, guys, Eric Spoelstra is really a young coach, but he's worked his way up from video coordinator to being one of the outstanding head coaches in the league. To be where he is, coaching one of the very elite teams in the NBA in Miami. You couldn't ask for a better position or a better opportunity, but I really have great respect and admiration for the way he's handled that and grown into that position. It's one of the better stories in the league in my mind.
He's trying to shoot his way out of it, guys, and as long as they're in the lead, he's going to continue to try to find his rhythm.
Anthony backing him down. And Anthony gets double-teamed. Martin kicks to Anthony. He feeds it to Stoudemire. Knocks it loose. And here we go. Fast break. Wade's got it.
He's definitely showing some. Real sweet dunking skills here.
Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, what a play.
Yeah, that was spectacular.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
You know, and moving forward for Miami, they probably won't have a lot of cap room because of the big contracts of Bosch, Wade, and LeBron. But remember, it is easy to lure free agents to Miami because of the presence of those three, and then also the attraction of living in Miami.
Udonis Haslem is checked in for Rashard Lewis. The Knicks making us rich here. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Back to Stoudemire. Martin with the screen for Stoudemire. In low to Martin. And that is good. Well, Steve, going back to Miami and them trying to lure talent down to South Beach, not only the city itself, but veterans line up to play, knowing, like we were talking about before, Clark, they have a chance to win a championship.
And that's the motivation, and as long as the big three are there, they won't have any trouble finding players who have been let go or in the last years of their contract who want to play for a winner, and those kind of players are willing to give up some cheese for some gold.
Rashard Lewis, he's checked in for the Heat.
Well, Kevin, this guy is such an incredible player. He can really do it all. He's so unique in that he's the best athlete in the game, but also amazingly unselfish with the court vision in transition to find teammates. But if he needs to score, he'll score too.
And Steve, some have called on him to be more assertive looking for a shot, but that's not his nature. That's not how he's wired. One area he has got more aggressive in, though, is looking to score inside, where his strength and athleticism really make him almost unguardable. Points in the paint have been the main course, or main entree, if you will. They just keep pounding it inside.
Now they're seeing no resistance defensively in the paint area, so the defense has got to be tougher.
And the foul called on Rashard Lewis. That is his first foul of the game. .121 left to play here in the half. That's good.
The offense has a better flow, and it actually looks better here in the second quarter.
Yeah, they've steadied themselves a little bit, trying to close this gap. And what Carmelo Anthony tries to do is catch the ball within range of the basket, maybe 20 feet or so. Then he'll turn, he gets that triple threat stance going. Now he can either shoot, pass, or dribble right past you. So when you get in that spot defensively, that's a nightmare. Carmelo can do it all.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Guys, the Miami Heat in their present incarnation have lacked that dominant shot-blocking big man in the middle, but they still have been one of the league's elite defensive teams. Last season, they tweaked their defensive philosophy to try to force more turnovers and enable them to get out and run. As Eric Spoelstra said, we wanted to play more to our athleticism and our activity. And LeBron added, Coach just wants us to be disruptive. We're just trying to use our instincts to create more turnovers, because we know if we create more turnovers, then it's off to the races. Kevin?
Doris, turnover is a great way to start a break, and they're dynamite in transition. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. 18 feet out, and it's LeBron missing.
This game very well could come down to a few possessions, and if that's the case, rebounding could play large.
Yeah, in a close game like this one, securing the ball is so vital. That's what they call the $1 million move with the 10-cent finish.
Here's Lewis. No good on the buzzer beater. It's all tied in Miami. The Sprint Halftime Show with Damon Bruce is coming up next. Then it'll be on to the third quarter. We'll see you then. Now, presented by Sprint.
It's Thursday and just one more day until the weekend's officially here. But in the meantime, let's check out what's been going on. The Heat are giving it everything they've got. Second chance points, a major key so far. They've been the first to the ball whenever there's a missed shot. LeBron playing well in the first half. He's got 5 points, and he's stacking up the assists, too, keeping the defense off balance with his passing. Looking at New York, they're definitely making plays as well. They've been having their way inside. A huge lead when it comes to points in the paint, making it very hard to defend against them. Some nice plays so far from Carmelo Anthony. After 2, he's got 6 points, and also has grabbed 5 boards. And that'll be it for us here. Thanks so much for joining me. Now it's time to head back to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke. We hope to see you around next time.
And from high above, a view of downtown Miami and the American Airlines Arena. Welcome back, everyone.
Look at the game Lewis has been having. He's got 7 points, and from long range, he's got a three-pointer to his credit as well.
Yeah, Clark, he's shown he can hit that shot. I think he could really make it a weapon for himself if he keeps at it.
The Knicks shooting in this game, 45%.
Well, one of the big advantages for the Knicks is that you know they'll always have money to spend. This is one of the most lucrative organizations in the entire NBA. They've never been afraid of spending a lot on salary in the past, and even with the new collective bargaining agreement rules, I would expect to see the Knicks well into the luxury tax.
So we're Stoudemire sitting on the bench. Here's who Mike Woodson's going with. Up front, it's Carmelo Anthony and Tyson Chandler. Felton is out there with J.R. Smith, and it's Shumpert in at the 3 slot. Here's Allen. The Knicks making the shot, and Bosch backs down. 6 to shoot. Ring shot on the way, and Shumpert pulls it down. Knicks, one of the most storied franchises as well, Steve, as you're talking about New York. Even with the Nets coming into town, into Brooklyn, you would think the Knicks and all that great history, Clark, will help them continue to recruit free agents.
Yeah, no question about it. New York is a special place, and it is in the landscape of NBA basketball. It's always going to be a hot destination for free agents. It's a place where guys want to play and want to be, not just for the basketball, but for what New York offers, and that's an advantage for the organization.
Here's LeBron, and that one's good. LeBron's now got 7 points.
That's grace over power, guys. With that finger roll, gets him 2 points. Impressive stuff.
New York calls timeout.
Well, everybody knows about the big 3 in Miami. With James, Bosch, and Wade. I think the question going forward with the new CBA really penalizing teams for going deep into the luxury tax, it'll be interesting to see how Miami handles that going forward, because those 3 guys make up the vast majority of their salary cap, so adding other players may be difficult.
Rashard Lewis, he's checked in for Mike Miller, and it's going to be a 3-second call.
Oh, no, you hate to see that. Those are just the kind of errors that can cost you in a game like this.
Wade outside, Lewis outside. Top of the key, and another basket for Miami. And as it's been for Miami in the first few years of the Big 3 era, they've had to rely on vets coming in and not making too much money. They're trying to sell them on being a champion as opposed to getting fat in the wallet.
Yeah, and it'll continue to be like that, Kevin. There's just no other way it can happen because they really don't have a chance to add any additional big names because they've already got 3 of the biggest names that you could get. So,
Man, that was unreal. Hard it up.
guys, I'm going to need just a second to get myself together here.
Leaves you speechless, doesn't it, Clark? Wow.
Man, I don't blame you, Clark. That dunk was unbelievable.
Out to Anthony. Baseline jumper. Chris Bosch with the rebound. Bosch has got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
Well, you look at Chris Bosch, and last year he put together another solid season with Miami, averaged about 18 points and 8 boards. Not the numbers that he had when he was in Toronto, but of course he didn't have all that talent around him. He's fit in quite well with Wade and LeBron.
Shumpert passes to Carmelo. He kicks to Shumpert. Back to Anthony, and it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
Looked like some miscommunication there offensively. Those guys were not on the same page.
And a new group in for the Knicks. And for Bosch, Clark, you know, the dip in his numbers that he said himself he's wanted to correct. is to get his rebounding numbers back up in double digits.
Yeah, but you have to look at this Miami team as one of the best in the league, and the forwards do an unusual amount of rebounding. I mean, LeBron and D-Wade as a 2-guard and 3, they get a ton of rebounds, so Bosh doesn't necessarily have to do a bunch of glass eating.
Oh, and the jam by LeBron.
Throwing it down with one hand and making it look easy.
Easy and fun. He just thrives on making the D look silly.
Yeah, which is something he does pretty often, Kevin.
That was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Sprite. Prioni gets it to go.
Looked like they found the soft spot in the defense there.
Allen kicks to Lewis. It's taken away by Smith. Stoudemire, here we go. LeBron with the block. The Knicks shooting their first free throws of the game.
And those aren't the kind of numbers they can afford to repeat throughout this season.
Boy, what a disjointed season for New York last year. High expectations with the addition of Tyson Chandler. Then you had the rise of Jeremy Lin. But the team was so up and down. And then Mike Woodson took over and actually did a pretty nice job getting the Knicks to the playoffs.
And here we go. Shumpert running it up the court. It's stolen by Allen. Lewis against Shumpert. Wade kicks to Lewis. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. Lewis has got 6 points in the quarter.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. It's stolen by Wade.
Looks like they're going to hold on to the ball and go for the last shot of the quarter.
Well, clearly this is the time to do it.
Lewis outside. Gets it off. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Heat lead by 6. Back after this from the American Airlines.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
The Heat leading by 6. And when Woodson took over after Linsanity had died down, it didn't have the same media attention. But, you know, Clark, the results were clearly there. They had some momentum, and they took on Miami in the first round of the playoffs.
Kevin, I thought under Woodson the team did a nice job rallying and fighting their way into the 7th seed in the Eastern Conference. They had a lot of work to do after their bad start, but they found a way to get it done. And credit the players, but also credit Mike Woodson.
Ray Allen and LeBron fill out the wings. Lewis is out there with Chris Bosh, and it's Wade in at the point guard. That's the group in the game for the Heat. Back to Anthony. Covered by LeBron. Over James. Got it from 16 feet. And it's 8 points for Carmelo Anthony.
Well, Carmelo belongs in that group of guys who you say, you know, maybe he's the best scorer in the league. He's certainly close. He's right there with Kobe and Dwayne Wade, LeBron for sure. He's so skilled, he's so strong, and he's just got a knack for getting the ball in the hoop when the time is right.
His ability to do that, Steve, is a big part of why he can get a shot off anytime. I mean, he knows that he doesn't need too much space. All he needs is a fraction. And he's able to rise up over guys or go through them.
And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That is his first foul of the game. The Knicks making a switch here. Allen dishes to Lewis. Poked away. It's stolen by Iman Shumpert. For the finish, throws down the breakaway jam.
All business there, not messing around one bit. Flushed it right with one hand.
He never does, Clark. He never does.
Well, that's kind of his trademark, those slams like that one.
Deep 2 from Anthony. Miami grabs the miss. LeBron outside. Pass to Lewis. Back to LeBron. He feeds it to Wade. Lewis outside. 4 on the shot clock. The Heat need to get a shot off. Bosh passes to Lewis. The dish to Wade. Back to Lewis. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Bosh kicks to Lewis. Kicks it to LeBron. Inside to Bosch. Chandler with the steal. Here's Shumpert. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
That was a dynamic two-hand dunk there.
Right in the face of the defender.
That was a tough, gritty finish.
And the Knicks making a change here. Felton's checked in. The Heat leading by 3. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. And the dunk by LeBron.
Boy, that kind of hustle you just love to see.
And it gets his teammates fired up.
Yeah, especially with the powerful slam to finish things off.
Anthony with the bucket.
It's been a great day for him from the field, but his team still trailing.
Wade dishes to Lewis. LeBron a screen on Shumpert. Lewis passes to LeBron. Bosch kicks to LeBron. Steps back and shoots. Tyson Chandler grabs the board. Chandler's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Here's Anthony. Kept alive. Here's Shumpert. And he drops it in from the low post. Shumpert's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Textbook offensive rebounding right there. I love that. Those putbacks are buckets any team loves to get.
And the Heat call time here. They're up by 1. There's 1:40 left in the fourth. Udonis Haslem, he's checked in for the Heat. And New York with a change here too. Amari Stoudemire is checked in for Tyson Chandler. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Well, guys, I was able to listen in on what Eric Spoelstra was going over with his team in that last huddle. With the deficit as we approach the final buzzer, he stayed upbeat, saying, listen, we can battle back, fellas. Just stay with me. I need all-out effort here, and we can bring it home. Fellas?
Thank you, Doris. Here's Wade. There's 1:26 left to play in the final quarter. LeBron dishes to Wade. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. LeBron's now got 5 assists in the game.
They are in attack mode right now. That's 10 straight points, guys, all coming inside the paint.
And Steve, if I'm them, I'd keep going right to the heart of that defense like they have been until they do something about it. If they don't offer resistance, take everything you can get in there.
Wade passes to LeBron. Now the feed, the bucket.
This is exactly what happens when you allow Chris Bosh to get going.
Terrific job maintaining his composure, sinking the and one, and turning this into a 2-possession ballgame.
Smith in the posts. It's in! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Boy, coming through with the game in the balance.
Yep, a game-changing clutch bucket there.
Here's Haslem. Shot is no good. The Knicks go the other way with it. And now the Knicks on the break. Smith's running. Felton. Wade is covering. Oh!
Always some entertainment value when you go with the windmill chant.
Yeah, rim shaker and Steve a wrist breaker.
Outrageous. Man, how big was that? He was just so reliable, so confident with the free throw line.
Timeout called, the Heat. They're behind by 1. We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
You know, looking at how much time they have, I think it's likely we'll see them try to get a good look and score quickly.
Yeah, and I think it's a possible 2-for-1 situation, and so the next play they run will be interesting to see what they go with.
The Heat making a switch here. Lewis is checked in. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Chandler's checked in.
Whoa, Nelly, listen to that.
That shot eliciting a roar from this gigantic crowd.
That was huge, guys. Absolutely huge.
And so they foul intentionally. He hits the first one, and that will put the... by 2. so he drops them both. It's a three-point game.
Fantastic piece of work at the line to raise the lead to 3 points. That's big.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They're losing by 3. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, your thoughts?
Well, down 3, you don't necessarily have to go for the 3. You could go for the quick bucket and then the foul.
I'm not sure. I mean, in this situation, I think they should look for the 3, Steve. I mean, try to tie this thing up. You got 3-point shooters. Let it fly.
And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession.
Boy, that's embarrassing, guys. He's going to have a hard time living that one down later when they watch it on tape.
The Heat have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Lewis on the way, covered by Anthony. Lewis outside. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2.
Yeah, you can't let them pound the ball and just milk those precious seconds away.
No other option here but to foul and hope for a few misses at the line.
And the second one is off. Second chance shot. It falls. And the Heat lead by 6.
They're looking good here, adding to this lead.
Yeah, you know, time winding down here, the score and the clock clearly in their favor.
And so it's Miami winning this one. They came, they saw, they conquered.
Hey, Kevin, to me, any win is a good win.
Well, it's time to say so long. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew thanking you for tuning in. Now it's time to present our Jordan Player of the Game.
It's just a public service announcement sponsored by Just Blaze.